We will not be doing any negotiation over the debt ceiling. But broadly speaking, at the start of this new Congress, we're reaching out to all the members through the Office of Leg Affairs, making sure that we have those connections with those new members, as I just stated. But I want to say, like in the past, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again, there's been a bipartisan cooperation when it comes to lifting the debt ceiling, and that's how it should be. That's how it should continue. It's not and should not be a political football. This is not political gamemanship, and this should be done without conditions, and that's how we see this process moving forward.
When you say that there'll be no negotiating, you will not negotiate anything involving spending?
What we're saying is that this should be done without conditions. In the past, we have seen this. We have seen both Republicans and Democrats come together to deal with this issue. It is one of the basic items that Congress has to deal with, and it should be done without conditions. So there's going to be no negotiation over it. This is something that must get done.
And does the President agree with the Treasury Secretary, that the debt ceiling should be eliminated?
Again, I've spoken to this before. That is not, no one is talking about eliminating the debt ceiling or the debt limit. That's not what we're talking about right now. Congress is going to need to raise the debt limit without conditions. So that is not what the discussion that we're having.
Very last thing, have White House officials been interviewed by the special counsel or by the Justice Department involving the classified documents?
So what I'll say from here is any questions that we may have about the review, about the process, I would refer you to the Department of Justice. I would also refer you to my colleagues over at the White House Counsel. I'm not going to get...
Good afternoon, friends. Happy Friday to all of you. Friends, this is unbelievable. Top economists have confirmed that more relief will be coming to millions of Americans. But Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is warning that the United States is expected to hit its debt limit in just a few days. So Congress is working together right now to take action immediately. So friends, please do me a big favor and watch until the end of this video to hear about all of these details. Also, I will be giving away 2 $75 Walmart gift cards today. If you'd like to enter the giveaway, please, friends, make sure that you click and like several of my videos and do comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these weekly giveaways. Now, friends, we have some big news. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen notified Congress that the United States will reach its statutory debt limit next Thursday. After that, the Treasury Department this month will begin taking certain extraordinary measures from defaulting on its own obligations. Secretary Yellen wrote a letter to the new White House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, and stated the Treasury is not currently able to estimate how long those emergency actions will allow the United States to pay for government obligations. Yellen also warned McCarthy that it is critical that Congress act in a timely manner to increase or suspend the debt limit. She also added in the letter, failure to meet the government's obligations would cause irreparable harm to the U.S. economy, the livelihoods of all Americans, and global financial stability. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre also told reporters later Friday, Congress is going to need to raise the debt limit without condition. Janet Yellen's letter effectively starts a clock, counting down how long the federal government can continue to make interest payments on its debt. Congress, in December of 2021, increased the federal debt limit to about $31.4 trillion. The limit is a total amount of money the U.S. government is allowed legally to borrow to pay for its existing obligations. Those obligations include Social Security and Medicare benefits, military salaries, interest on the national debt, tax refunds, and other payments. The so-called extraordinary measures available to the Treasury Secretary free up the government's borrowing capacity. This can extend the clock for weeks or months, while Congress hashes out a bill to raise the borrowing limit. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Democratic Leader Representative Hakeem Jeffries of New York has said in a joint statement, Congress must act on legislation to prevent a disastrous default, meet our obligations, and protect the full faith and credit of the United States. She noted Congress previously authorized the Treasury to use such measures, which the department has employed in the past. A senior White House official told CNBC News, the Biden administration plans to pursue negotiations in earnest with Congress after the mid-April tax deadline. And at that point, the official said, the federal government will have a better idea of how much revenue is coming in, how far it will go in paying the country's bills, and how urgently it needs to reach a deal. The trajectory of the American economy between now and then will also determine how brazen Republicans become in their demand to cut spending in response. Senator Mitch McConnell of Kentucky, the top Senate Republican, has a long record of rejecting an increase to the debt ceiling unless fiscally conservative policies are included. It remains unclear whether the new GOP majority in the House, under Kevin McCarthy, will unite over its own set of standards. Millions of Americans, especially retirees and seniors, may see more relief from higher living costs this year. Many struggled financially from the start of 2020 through the end of last year. And a big reason largely boils down to inflation. Prior to 2022, many consumers lived paycheck to paycheck without any money in savings. And as a result, a lot of people were forced to rely on credit cards to keep up with their basic bills last year. The Bureau of Labor Statistics just released inflation data for the month of December, and it could mean relief for a lot of people. In December, the rate of inflation from one month to the next fell for the first time in almost 3 years. The Consumer Price Index, which measures the changes in the cost of consumer goods, dropped 0.1% in December compared to the month of November. The last time the index fell on a monthly basis was May of 2020. Meanwhile, the annual rate of inflation dropped from 7.1% in November to 6.5% in December. That is the smallest annual increase since May 2021. 6.5% inflation is far better than the crisis peak inflation. And if the rate of inflation continues to trend downward, it could make it so a lot more consumers are able to manage on the income that they have access to. Well, my amazing and beautiful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Friday afternoon. Friends, I will be announcing 2 winners in a video later today for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the giveaways, all you have to do, friends, is make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed Friday.